Hello YouTubers, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood reviewer Evelyn. So today we're going to be reviewing another true crimes video. This time this murder happened in Chile. The article reads, Chilean journalist dies after being shot while covering Workers' Day marches. Francisca Sandoval, 29, is the first journalist to be killed in the line of duty in Chile since the Pinochet dictatorship. Such an unfortunate thing when I hear about these things. Me personally, living in my early 20s in South America, I understand how rough it is, that the police don't always help, and the crime to normal life ratio is very unequal. It's down to the poverty that goes on within countries within South America, unfortunately. So the article carries on to say, a Chilean journalist who was shot in the head by a street trader while covering Workers' Day marches on the 1st of May has died of her injuries. Francisca Sandoval, 29, was reporting in Barrio Migues, a ramshackle market district in the center of the capital, Santiago, where a group of men opened fire after a standoff with the marchers. A bullet pierced Sandoval's visor, leaving her fighting for her life in the hospital. 2 other journalists were injured in the shooting. Francisca didn't leave us, they murdered her, tweeted Señal 3 like Victoria, the independent media outlet Sandoval had been reporting for. With these words, we confirm the death of our dear Fran. We'll miss you and we'll do everything possible to find the truth. 2 days after the shooting, Marcelo Naranjo, 41, was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder, illegally carrying a firearm, and unjustified discharge of a firearm in public. Following Sandoval's death, Chile's public prosecutor confirmed the charges will be reviewed. So we don't know whether this guy that they arrested is connected to the murder, was high in a probability. A Colombian and Venezuelan citizen was also held under house arrest in connection with the incident. Sandoval is the first journalist to be killed in the line of duty in Chile since the Pinochet dictatorship. The last, Jose Carrasco, was kidnapped from his home 36 years ago in 1986, days after a failed attempt on the dictator's life. His body was found 3 hours later, riddled with bullets, and so disfigured that even his own wife was unable to properly identify it. The article a little bit cold saying it, well, could have said him. In 2022, World Press Freedom Index, published earlier this month by reporters of Sans Frontiers, Chile plummeted to 82nd place, although still the 5th highest ranked in South America. The report highlighted the overwhelming connection of media ownership in Chile, a long-standing issue in the country where the 2 main groups dominate traditional media. So we have another quote going on from a director of a university. Says Chile is living through a difficult period with regard to violence, and particularly towards media outlets, says Carolina Muniz, director of the University of Chile Journalism faculty. This was evident during the protests in 2019 when we saw how journalists were hounded while carrying out their work, and we have also seen how groups formed to target journalists. There's a common theme with this, unfortunately. Journalists are good and bad. Good for exposing the truth, of course bad maybe not such great intentions. But in Mexico that's very prevalent, where the cartels go and take revenge against journalists by murdering them and dismembering the bodies and leaving it for everybody to see in the public, which is just awful. And you can see the common thing going around in Latin countries, that no matter how much they try to overcome it, it's the government. Ideally it's all the government and the lack of infrastructure and the lack of trying to move forward. I can say that from personal experience, that it's still stuck within this never-ending war, this time bubble, and it's neither going up or down, everybody's fighting for supremacy. Well, the article carries on to read, Chile's president, Gabriel Boric, 36, who also visited Sandoval's family at the hospital earlier this week, lamented her death and vowed that those responsible will be held accountable. Chile's president, quite young, 36. Okay, well, so that's the end of this true crimes. It's quite short. I just want to highlight the plight that journalists, their lives also can be in danger for uncovering the truth, and this is like another tragic death that goes on in all countries. There's always danger, but you always hear this more from South America or like Mexico, where the journalists get murdered by cartel leaders, or if the journalist is going to uncover a really huge truth, they end up getting murdered before anything. And I do see there's connections with the government. The government doesn't help no matter what, and I don't know if it's ever going to end, or whether it will take another decade before governments in South America can move forward and don't let misogynist or religious views influence or dictate the way of human decency for everybody. Okay, this is a very short true crimes video. I want to say a big thank you to people that will watch this video, and also a big thank you to all those who subscribed. To any new viewers, I really appreciate it if you can press the subscribe button, like, maybe share, help make the channel grow. As you can see within my channel, I try to be as diverse as possible. Leave any comments below if you want me to review any other true crimes. As I leave you always, bye.